Hello everyone. Dr. Charlie Ware coming to you and discussing hydration. It's starting to get warmer in a lot of places throughout the country, hopefully now, since it's been this huge cold snap that's going through. But I want to jump in because I do get this question a lot. And there's these issues a lot when I have the patients that, they're coming in, they're drinking tons and tons of water, and they still feel thirsty. And it's usually a situation that people don't really understand why, or they may also feel like as if their bodies are logged with water, as if they're retaining water constantly. So I want to give you some information of why that may be happening and some of the things we found clinically that can actually alleviate some of this stuff as well. So remember, I've always talked to you guys about, de-stressing yourselves and how stress is so idiopathic that it can create, issues in every form and fashion inside your body. Well, there's been a lot of research with Michael Lamb and also Joseph Smith are two of the top guys in this field. Sort of researching this right now that are showing that your stress amount can be leading to your dehydration. Let me explain a little bit. The cortisol, that's the stress hormone that's inside your body, controls a lot of different things. And, you may feel a craving for sugar. You may also want to have more salty foods. Or you may have trouble sleeping at night, things of that sort. What some of the research has shown, though, is the fact that the aldosterone, which is one of the hormones that's inside of the whole adrenal complex, that helps secrete the adrenal hormone itself, regulates your water metabolism and certain concentrations of different minerals inside your body, like sodium, magnesium, chloride, and things of that sort. Now, if you're constantly stressed out and you have a high amount of stress inside your system, and your adrenal glands are working over, that means you're releasing more of this hormone. And as I explained before, you can definitely have adrenal fatigue. Adrenal fatigue is basically where your adrenal glands have been working too much and now the function has now reduced down. As that function reduces down, these other hormones inside the aldosterone is going to also be reduced too. So you may have that feeling as if you always are thirsty because of the fact that, yes, you're drinking a ton of water that can actually push out some of your good trace minerals, but also the fact that you're stressed out and your adrenal glands are creating this sensation of you having to keep drinking over and over and over again. It's been researched, some information I'll probably put out later on, but this can be one huge reason why you guys are now feeling as if you're dehydrated. It's because the adrenal glands are now overworking, so now you actually are reducing the amount of water metabolism or the hormones that sort of create a balance in your water system. You gotta remember where the adrenal glands are sitting. Your kidneys are sort of shaped like this, almost like this size right here. Your adrenal glands are sitting right on top of that. So if you're releasing that hormone down inside your kidney, it's going to help you, like flush out things and urinate things out. Is going to create this cascade of hormones that's starting your body to keep flushing out, the good trace minerals as well as the bad trace minerals over and over and over again. Like I said before, aldosterone is one of the ones that create the balance of the concentration between your hormones, between your trace minerals and also your water content. Now, if you're releasing too much of adrenal, because of the fact that you're constantly, in this rush to go around to appointments, or your job is stressing you out, or your daily life is just stressing you out in general, what's happening is you're releasing too much of this. But there are solutions, though. Of course, you got to de-stress yourself. Of course, you got to, relax your body and things of that sort. But it's different tips you can definitely do to help, alleviate this situation. What we tell patients a lot of times, yes, you definitely want to stay on a good trace mineral complex because of the fact that if you're dumping out too much, you want to basically add back in a lot more. Different trace mineral complex, you can get one. I still like is a good one from Good State. I think Innate Complex or Pure Encapsulations has a good trace mineral complex. Mega Foods has another good trace mineral complex that you can actually, again, add these trace minerals back inside your system. That's one way to sort of balance out what's being lost or what's being thrown off because of the aldosterone that's been overacted upon by the adrenal glands or the adrenaline is going to actually help to add that back in. If you're out working, and the other part of the research that is I won't say it's controversial, but people may take it a little bit off. If you're working out constantly and working out hard constantly to get your body back in shape, you got to realize that you are still stressing your body out to get a certain positive effect. So you got to make sure that you're not overstressing yourself out to work out, to get to that certain body type or physique or whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So you can actually overwork out, and then that can cause your body to another cascade of being dehydrated. Although, yes, you're drinking that gallon of water a day and say, oh, yeah, you drink a gallon of water, you flush out all the toxins, you can still be overhydrating and not letting your body really absorb the proper nutrients as well. So if you're carrying around a gallon of water, I tell people, listen, you have to make sure that you're still drinking about half your body weight or maybe a little bit more of that. Because a lot of times the actual calculation was done in metric systems, because it was actually done in kilos. It wasn't done in pounds. So when people tend to say, well, I actually weigh, let's say 150 pounds, so I should drink 75 ounces of water a day. I say only if you're working out, yes, you drink that amount. But the original calculation was actually done in kilos. So it was the whole metric system. So our milliliters versus, there are kilograms, things of that sort is definitely thrown off a little bit. So I want you to be mindful of that. There was one error I saw in some research about maybe 4 or 5 months ago to sort of correlate my theory, like where people, if they're weighing 180, shouldn't drink 90 ounces of water a day if you're not working out. That's kind of ridiculous, okay? The other thing is you want to make sure that you're drinking, again, in that good range, about 32 to 40 ounces of water a day. And this is just water. Remember, if you drink coffee, even if you're drinking green tea, these things that are caffeinated, they actually can dehydrate you a little bit further and actually add more stress to your body. So what I'm trying to show you is the more things you do ingest in your body that's adding less stress to your body, the faster you're going to recover from any workout, any other types of stress, and also help you manage your overall stress load in your body and also mentally as well. So first and foremost, yes, drink half of your body weight. I'm sorry, I keep saying it incorrectly. Around 32 to 40 ounces of water a day. If you're working out, add about 15 to 20 ounces more of that inside there. So if you're working out 32 to 40 ounces, maybe 15 to 20 ounces more of that per day. The reason why you got to realize that if you're not urinating out, at least, 32 ounces of water a day, one, you're dehydrated, but two, you don't need to overhydrate yourself in order to make yourself sort of feel healthy as well. It's not going to work that way. You're basically causing more of a problem. Second thing is, do not guzzle your water. I see people, just sit back and drink an entire cup of water like, that was awesome. That's putting more stress on your body because now your stomach is full of fluid and actually it dilutes your gastro fluids. So if you're if you're eating and you're drinking all this water as well, what's happening is you're not going to be able to digest your food readily enough. Only sip 2 to 3 ounces at a time. And then if you're eating, wait till after you're finished eating to sip another 2 or 3 ounces after you finish eating. Because again, you don't want that to dilute those gastric fluids that's helping to break down those nutrients inside your body as well. It happens over and over again. I see patients who do that and it's like, well, I usually drink, a pint of water a day along with me, along with my meal. You can't do that. And yes, Miss Forrest, yes, you experienced that today. And that's what usually happens is I have a lot of patients that they say, okay, well, all of a sudden I feel nauseated when I was eating. That's because your body doesn't need that much fluid over and over again. Different climates are different things. We live here in South Florida. It's very humid, so we don't require as much fluid, but we do require fluid. When I used to live in California, in San Diego, I was always dry because we were technically in a desert, so I need a little bit more fluid. So again, you gotta adjust yourself, especially when you're outside and working out as well. Another thing you can do is, in order for you not to want to take pills over and over again, I've said this many times, you can always flavor your water. Put the lemon, put the mint inside there. Put the lime inside there. You can put blueberries inside there, strawberries, watermelon. I mean, you can just choose different fruits and different herbs you want to have inside there. Something I actually do myself occasionally. I do basil. I do a little bit of rosemary. I do a little bit of lime, and I actually let that steep inside my water. I'm getting all the phytonutrients that's inside of those things, as well as I'm getting the alkaline of the actual lime itself. Why am I using rosemary and also basil? I'll tell you. The rosemary is phenomenal for actually oxygenating the brain. So if I'm getting those oils inside my body, I'm getting those nutrients, those phytonutrients inside my body. It's going to help my blood be oxygenated and also get to my brain as well as the basal helps me digest and helps me get rid of intestinal phlegm as well. So I'm actually helping my body so to digest itself, as well as getting more energy from everything else, as well as the lime is helping me be a little bit more alkaline too. Always, always, always get good filtered water. Filtered water is something that we have rarely around us these days, but I always tell people, it's best to buy a filter for your house and filter your own water and then add the trace minerals back. I like a company called Adya, ADYA.com, I think ADYawater.com. They have these great filtration systems. It's very inexpensive. It's one of the only ones that get out most, I think it's 99.9% of all toxins, including pharmaceuticals and chlorine out of the water, and chlorine and also fluoride out of the water as well. I've tested it over and over again. I have one here in the office. I have a few in my house as well. I occasionally give them away as Christmas presents to friends and family because of the fact that I love that product. And you can actually taste the difference inside the water as well. As I said before, if you're drinking, sodas, even sparkling water, teas, and also coffee, things that are high in caffeine or high in bicarbonate is going to eventually start to leach out different nutrients inside your body. So you want to make sure that you stay hydrated fully. And again, these things will add different stressors inside the body. They help dehydrate your body a lot faster. They act as a diuretic more so than actually helping your body out. You want to make sure that if you're drinking a cup of coffee today, you want to make sure that you're drinking 1 or 2 cups of water to basically offset that issue as well as controlling your sugar. Sugar ingesting is a huge issue here in the United States and also across the world. As a substitute versus putting sugar inside of your coffee, use stevia. Stevia is a sweetener is also plant-based, but it doesn't add any caloric intake or does not add any sort of metabolic issues to the body itself, because it is a alcohol that absorbs very, very quickly. I actually have stevia inside of our super greens because of the fact that it does not change, even a diabetic, it will not change their blood sugar 1 iota. We test this over and over and over again. A very good friend of mine, named Alan Spring, he has a line of chocolate named Dr. No, and he's tested this with his chocolate. He's like one of the only individuals in the world that's tempering chocolate and using stevia and actually another few natural sweeteners that would not change your blood sugar at all. So I know stevia is a very, very good product that you can actually use too. So I want to make sure that you guys have different choices, but you can always sweeten things with stevia as well. It's not a bad thing. And then the last thing, always, you got to sleep well. You got to sleep well, because if this adrenal response is happening and is actually causing the aldosterone to affect your body where you're not absorbing your nutrients efficiently or dumping more of them out because you're always feeling thirsty, because your blood sugar and your everything's out of whack, it's causing more stress inside the body. You have to make sure that you're allowing your body to rest at night. Your body repairs itself at night. Your body needs to rest. It craves the actual rest as well. So you want to make sure that that's your first line of defense against stress. So I tell a lot of my patients, we want to have that last little sip of water before we go to bed. That's great, but you also got to realize that you may get up in the middle of the night, so it may throw you off. You want to stop drinking maybe an hour and a half before you actually have to go to bed, because I want you to get a full 6 to 8 hours worth of sleep so you can actually allow your body to repair and actually start to de-stress yourself. One reason why you wake up feeling refreshed most mornings is because of the fact that your body is now anew and you have the tools to actually face the world from a structural standpoint. And actually allowing your adrenal glands to rest for 8 hours, because as soon as that alarm clock goes up, most of us, we have our heart start to race and our hearts pound. That's just adding more stress to our body, knowing that when we first wake up, our cortisol level is at the highest, is at one of its highest peaks. By doing that, you're now adding more stress to your body. I also tell people, learn how to wake up without an alarm clock, or learn how to use other things that may not startle you to actually wake yourself up. Because again, you're now, just causing more stress on yourself, waking up and not feeling fully rested. So you start to have that go thing. Time management is something that's phenomenal too. Because Most individuals try to wake up at the very last second so they can get as much sleep as they can so they can just get out the door and go to work. You don't want to do that. You want to slowly wake your body up, stretch a little bit, move around a little bit, so any aches and pains you can actually monitor, as well as the fact that you're not stressing your body, yourself out just to get up and just run to the job or run and get the kids ready or run. You want to calm yourself down. We are in too of a high stress society right now. All we want to do is just get from point A to point B and not really, quote unquote, smell the roses. You need to slow yourself down and relax a bit more to allow your adrenal glands to rest and relax. And the point of this whole thing is, by knowing that this research is now coming out, showing that, by us being overstressed, we're causing ourselves to be dehydrated, which can create diabetes, hypertension, other things such as cancers, chronic pain, all these other things that really go on. How about let's de-stress ourselves so we will be regulated and hydrated efficiently enough to stop the chronic pains, to stop the diabetes, to stop the hypertension, and also stop the cancers as well. This is all things that I preach about over and over and over again, but it's all realistic things, and then it all simple things that we can do on a daily basis. So one thing and then sort of migrate to another. If you have any questions, feel free to always give me a question in my inbox. I love answering you guys' questions. Like I said, the reason why this topic even comes up, I get it almost every day in my practice, as well as I get it at least once or twice inside of different chat rooms I'm in as well. How much water should I drink? Or, I drink so much water, but I'm always dehydrated. When I started doing the research, I was like, you know what? I have a perfect answer for you guys because of the fact that the type of society that we actually live in, and knowing how the adrenal glands work and what hormones the adrenaline in our body actually functions off of as well. So knowing that it's throwing things off should give you a better idea of the reason why. Slow down, enjoy life, and God bless. Talk to you guys soon, all right? Love you.